Okay, excellent. Thank you, Kenny.
And Mike, what did you say about the Vikings earlier?
If they don't get a quarterback, this is a dumpster fire.
And they did. They got Rico's guy, Michael Penix Jr.
Forget it. You'll need a box of wet wipes. Please, this guy loses his mind. Unfortunately, he'll be a Raider. Okay.
You want to double down on that? That's the quarterback you're going to
Say it right now. Wheel your ass around and you'll put that up on the window. I got some inside. Man, please. Only the inside is your head up, your wazoo. No, you write the Raiders team down. Kenny and I put lunch on this. Who do the Lions take?
The Lions take.
Wait. The Lions will take Kool-Aid McKinstry.
Nope, Kool-Aid goes to the Eagles 27th. The Lions take wide receiver from Georgia, Lad McConkey.
Now look, Joshua, you need a number 3. Number 3 is generally the lineup in the slot, but you got a number 3.
Oh, BPJ.
You are acting like
No. The Lions said, hey, we want to invest in him. This was, hey, believe Brad. Brad said it, not me.
I don't hate the idea of a wide receiver. It just would bother me if Lad McConkey was the pick for this particular team. I think if you're going to take a receiver, you got to have a guy that provides something you don't have.
Keon Coleman?
Yeah, like a Megatron light. You need a big body, red zone type guy.
Was Coleman already taken? Or did he get passed?
I don't see him being picked already. No, he was not.
What's your take on Lad McConkey?
I think that...
They never have anything I like in
you
here.
take a receiver, I told you. You got to take a big receiver. Keon Coleman and A.D. Mitchell.
Thank you, Adane. It's AD.
Mama named him Madonna.
Why do you go by AD his whole career?
You know, that's close to
It's like you coming in one day and saying my new name is Boban. No, it's Rico. You don't get to change it.
You have to respect it.
I don't have to do anything.
Valenti and Beaumont.
Right.
And that is,
We are signing Tobias this summer. It's going to be exciting.
that's your
Bring
mock.
him back. They can do the commercial here.
That's your mock draft blitz.
You're like, oh, you want to do receipts, Ward? Well, here's ours. I mean, whatever. Now, honestly, when you're the leader of a cult, you can say whatever. Just called everybody a bunch of... Yeah, that's... Okay. Apparently somebody did... By the way, choosing a press conference where you just had to unceremoniously fire a huge flop of a hire, probably not the time to start peacocking, but it doesn't matter. Let's go to Brad Holmes, shall we? So, Lions news today. Josh Reynolds is a Bronco. Not a Lion. So we have way more important things to do. We have that more thing is unbelievable. You're like, oh, you want to do receipts, Ward? Well, here's ours. I mean, whatever. Honestly, when you're the leader of a cult, you can say whatever. Called everybody a bunch of... Yeah, that's good. Apparently somebody did. By the way, choosing a press conference where you just had to unceremoniously fire a huge flop of a hire, probably not the time to start peacocking. It doesn't matter. Let's go to Brad Holmes, shall we? So, Lions news today. Josh Reynolds is a Bronco, not a Lion. Supposed to be a Lion. You're supposed to be re-signing him. They were actively trying to re-sign him. Josh Reynolds is gone. And it brings something to light here. And I want to know where you're at as fans. We all understand what Brad wants to do and is likely to do in the draft. And I don't think any of us have a huge problem. Draft the best available player. Okay, fine. But you have to marry that with being a Super Bowl team. And what Super Bowl teams are allowed to do is the ever rare filling of a need in them. You can take a luxury pick. You can do some different things. Now again,
Brad Holmes probably is going to take the best available player. Fine enough.
My teammates always
You
suck.
have Cam Sutton go on the land, and now you have Josh Reynolds not here. You have nobody at CB2. Do not call Jeff. I'll tell you right now. Anyone calls selling you on Amik Robinson playing the number 2 on this team, hang up on them. That comes straight from me. If you think you're starting a 5'8.5" corner opposite Carlton Davis for 17 games, then I'll sell you to Brooklyn Bridge.
Wait, so we're not going to take Brad's call if he calls in here?
No, we're
Because
not.
he believes that.
That's what he can say what he wants. He's the GM. GMs have to lie to you. GMs are professional liars. They're worse than politicians.
Yep.
Fair.
Hey, taking him and Brad can say whatever he wants. You can get Brad up there singing the Star Spangled Banner. It doesn't matter. How dare you, Rico?
Now, I just want to know. With Cam Sutton gone and Josh Reynolds gone, does it alter what you want this team to do in the draft? 29 days. On April, we wake up. It's going to be 29 days to the draft. What do you want to pick 29? Now, here's my deal. I'll meet the Brad bots in the middle. I'll even bring you a little champagne on a train. Put it right in front of you. You want Brad to take whatever he wants in the draft? Respect, like the little Derek Jeter kid, okay? I got you. That means you got work to do right now. Go sign a corner and go sign a wide receiver. How is that unreasonable? Now, here's the problem. GMs are professional liars, and I'm going to play sound for you, and I'm going to choose to ignore it. Hear me when I say this. I am not going to hold him to his word here because GMs are worse than our congressmen. They are liars. They have to be. It's the currency they operate in the NFL. Here's Brad Holmes on whether the Cam Sutton situation has created a need at corner. Now, where's the Cam? Where's the Cam cut in there, Kenny? That's the one I need.
1 pair, 4 strawberries,
He says the Cam Sutton thing
2
never changed.
bananas.
Now, I'm hoping he's lying, because that's what GMs have to do. But in the real world where we live, and you, the fans, who still get to think for yourselves, is there anyone who wants to go into the season with Carlton Davis and a rookie as your starting pair? Clearly, Amik Robinson's going to play the slot. That's where you play when you're short.
I think they are prepared for that, Mike. Dave Campbell kind of talked about it too. Because
3
he was
coconuts.
excited, and he was just like, baby, he was thinking maybe
4 grapes,
we got
2
Campbell, we
strawberries.
get them both. Like they're excited over it, which leads me to believe I don't think that Brad lies or deceives.
3
or talks
coconuts.
He kind of tells you what he's going to do, but we're so conditioned to think, boy, you're not really telling us. But he's everything that he said, he's done. The guy's not going to be happy about free agents.
I'm totally happy.
It took. We're not going to be one of those first people who jump in the water. They weren't. It took some time. In the end, they got people, and you're like, oh, okay. When it comes to the draft, he kind of tells you, I'm going to do what I want to do, and I know you guys want us to take this position, but I'm going to go this way. I do believe him when they say, we're not really pressed at corner, because they believe Mosey's going to come back and do something. They believe that they have all the pieces.
Hold on. Just so we're clear. Carlton Davis has missed at least 4 games a year each of the last 3 years.
Yes.
Amik Robinson is like 5'8.5", 5'9". Mosley's on back-to-back torn ACLs. And that is your Super Bowl plan. And one of your corners literally is on America's Most Wanted. That's your plan. You're okay sticking to that.
No, I'm not okay. What I'm saying is, they're okay. They believe we have all the pieces.
That's not okay.
And maybe we'll take a corner in the 3rd round, and you'll see I'm Brad. It'll work out.
Or hear me out. Spend the money you have and go get me Stephon Gilmore. Go get me a corner. Look, Dave Burkett, not me, not Rico. Dave Burkett's in the newspaper saying, hey, $97 million man's the perfect fit, and lays out a case for Marshawn Lattimore. Not me, Dave Burkett. I'm offering much cheaper solutions because all corner in here now. Super Bowl teams don't draft a rookie and depend on him. I mean, look, Carlton Davis's injury history is real. He's a good corner. I don't think he's great. If he were great, I don't think Tampa Bay gives him away instead of restructuring his deal. Straight up. He also got outplayed by his teammate, Michael Dean. The point is, he's good. But what I don't want to happen is Carlton Davis gets an unfair deal like Cam Sutton did last year. You need help. You're one injury away from the Vildor Chronicles.
I'm with you.
I'm not telling you
I understand. No, you're passionate. You're gonna call. You have passion. Mike, I do as well, except it's gotten to the point where I realize I might as well yell at the clouds because Brad can't hear you. Brad doesn't want to hear you.
He doesn't have to hear me.
He's going to do what he's going to do, and it's just, you know what? Let's see.
Nice. Change the
He can
Wi-Fi.
do whatever he wants in the draft because it's proven and it works. Do you know what's not proven?
I don't have my camera
His free
set.
agent track record. Do you know what's not proven? Who's on the roster right now that I need to line
I'm Hal. What up? Sorry, buddy.
Corner's top priority for them in the draft. I don't think they're going to go after somebody at 20. That's what I'm trying to say. At 29, in their world, it's good to pick up somebody in a
I'm not
lineup.
mad. He can draft whatever he wants. I told you if he took the wide receiver at 29, I'm not angry about it. But what I am upset about is if he's telling the truth there. Why are we standing pat? Your corner just got arrested. He's gone. He was in the weight room and then he disappeared like the hamburger. You cannot not do anything.
You had that your 2024 bingo card. Go ahead and cross that off. Your corner just not right. Right now, I'm saying it's ridiculous as it is. Nobody plays it. No, nobody might. You would think, okay, we need dependent, but they're just kind of like, yeah, you know, no big deal. We were prepared anyway.
I want him going best player available in the draft because he's proven it works and he knows how to identify. What I'm asking for is free agency. Like right now. How do you think Reddit is working? Doesn't change anything? I can't do that. It absolutely changes things.
I do.
Hi, sucker.
Both can be
Hi,
right.
buddy.
He should, but in his heart of heart, he believes. We're good.
248-539-9797. Let's get into it. I don't have a strong opinion about the draft. Brad, I pretty much trust Holmes to do whatever the hell he wants to do. This is about free agency.
This is my second. My first one I got eliminated first round
Right, like right here.
because my
right
teammates
now.
sucked.
How am I not canvassing every free agent corner and going, I gotta bring somebody in? Cam Sutton's arrested.
And if you wait long enough till they can give you your money, they'll void the contract.
No. No way. What's the little girl doing wrong? You got robbed. Little girl. She's fine. You didn't need her. She can do what she wants. You can figure out. How did she do it? What is she doing that's wrong? She's doing what? What's she wrong? Is that raining? Ugh. We qualified. What is this one? Oh my god, I've done this once and it was very difficult. I was distracted. does he keep starting me that way? I hate this one, dude. Oh my goodness, am I this close, seriously? Oh my goodness, no. No. Yeah! Carry. Exatruche-ish. I never won on that one before. I almost blew it. Trutch. Trutch ace. Oh, okay, message him. Okay, I couldn't friend request them, that's fine. Mikey, are you Urbane friend? UT Games? Who's who? Oh, Meek? Who's who? How many kudos do I have? I don't know. Is that 803 kudos? Oh, 600k almost.
The chat was, oh yeah, it said, I have to remember the mindset of the
Your Wi-Fi's down.
No,
You said yes. I asked a bunch of
Yeah.
questions.
So here come the
Yeah.
steps.
No, they,
Who is you, Mikey? Your Wi-Fi's down. I'll run this till your Wi-Fi's back up. Creek B, I thought so. Your Wi-Fi is up. What's... Well, shit, you're not online. When you're online, we'll do it.
they may not know about it, but there are people who should know about that, who have made comments about her attractiveness. One, not really appropriate during the murder trial. Two, she's 16, and you should go ahead and check that out before publicly making statements about how hot the 16-year-old is especially when you're north of 30. You weirdo.
You're saying I'm 16?
No, Kyle's sister.
Wow.
It's
Way
not-
to make it all about you, Legal Bites. Way to make it all about you.
No, I will say, Kenosha's cops are disproportionately, female cops are disproportionately.
Don't talk about Officer Bay that way, Lawrence. Officer Bay belongs to this chat. You can't have her. Okay, welcome, Legal Bites. Thank you for joining us. We're in the middle of this video, and we're still going. I keep getting good pause spaces on he is yes, he's about halfway through, and from what I heard, his steam runs out. They have to switch from coal to like garbage or whatever. It just doesn't burn.
Ah, no!
Here we go.
Really?
Assuming the first two items are met. The third clause says that the person who provokes the attack.
Where are you at, dude? You're no help.
Unless he believes that he has exhausted all other opportunities to escape. If the jury got to this question, they could have felt that he had no choice under the circumstances.
We got eliminated, bro.
One of the prior issues might have precluded even getting to this question. But if the jury did reach this question, then they felt that Kyle Rittenhouse either had no opportunity to escape or had exhausted all of those opportunities. If that's the case,
Real quick, just a bit of legal education on here. When you're the duty to escape is exhausted under the law when your quote unquote back is to the wall. That is a term from the Supreme Court. Back is to the I think either several states or maybe the federal Supreme Court. But your back to the wall is the term that they use, and many courts have found that when you're on the ground, automatically your back is to the wall because the wall is just now horizontal, and so that's not an issue.
What?
Legal, this is just a point of education. Your back is to the wall when you are no longer able to retreat, not when you're literally on a wall. You can be on the ground.
And you can see
Where you at, Creek Me?
plot here insofar as we're now like 3 hypotheticals in. As
Yeah.
who has to be imagining the jury is thinking, so there's a lot of mays and shoulds and coulds and ands. And even he knows that because we don't have any information about what the jury reached any of this. So he's guessing on all of it. And it
Well, that's no good.
Because by assuming that there is a provocation even in play, he's telling a story about how the jury arrived at an acquittal. In all likelihood is inaccurate at all, but we couldn't possibly know that it was accurate.
Yeah, it's very possible, and I would even argue likely that the jury looked at the video from the drone and said, I don't see him raise the gun. I know they said
not getting other acts of provocation. I mean,
yeah. And so then
You don't have to
the provocation
apologize.
argument is entirely
It's
a red
okay.
herring that the media has latched onto very, very heavily. But yeah, he's at inception levels right now. You got to wonder if in his mind, like time is moving really slowly or whatever, because he's 3 layers deep, and that's very dangerous.
You can tell he's struggling with it.
The thing about his analysis of provocation is like I was actually kind of starting to agree with him on provocation, where he's like, I mean, there actually isn't that much there showing that he was provoking anyone because he was able to, walk around with his rifle like anybody else. A bunch of other people had guns there, and in open carry state, just walking around with it isn't enough. But then he's like, well, assuming that provocation was a play, like assuming that they did have provocation, like, no, I'm sorry, like if your analysis is that there wasn't much evidence here for them to find provocation, you should probably move forward saying, probably there wasn't provocation, so let me analyze it about it. You can then and say, okay, but let's say they did find provocation, here's what they did first.
He's dead. He's down the lake right before. Then they found that, and they might say, okay, let's do it.
Well, Rosenbaum communicated with
Girl says, come at me, bro. Yeah.
Let's go!
Yeah.
what Kyle said was, I heard what you did to those kids, and Rosenbaum said, no, I've actually reformed in terms of confidence. I'm now a nun. And Kyle said, no way, you're only a nun for access to the children. That's what happened. That's very provocative.
Did you guys also go over the fact that he just completely blew past the threat by Rosenbaum? Like,
Well,
did
that-
you mention it?
I don't know if we got pie, right? We're talking about lack of context, and we're not going to see anything about Rosenbaum in this video. I will tell you that right now.
I got 12 minutes left for him to bring up the threat.
I'm staying awake, Nick. I mean, we're going through every frame of pause levels here.
He's finishing the R in his IRAC. The issue is finishing the moves. He's bounced from the application.
He is right. See, this is when we talk about the education first, and I'll stop when you watch the video. You're talking to a lay audience ostensibly for the purpose of explaining how this happened. That they don't understand that this is a great injustice. That's his audience. And how did this happen? So going down for 3 minutes or whatever, a theoretical pipeline of what provocation analysis could have been, when the educational component is probably they didn't find it, which negates the rest of all of this. Which is what you should tell your people. That's where I have a problem. He tries to have us taking me too throughout this video. I understand why he did it. I am sympathetic to that. But it creates a major problem with actually educating them.
If he has his cake and eats it too, he won't fit in these slim cut suits very well. So here we go.
Whether Wisconsin had a general duty to retreat might not have changed the overall outcome here. Anyone who says that this is a simple case of self-defense when it's cut and dry is...
Oh shit, I'm supposed to be counting.
So here, okay, so I want to plug my Twitter.
I didn't see shit.
And what he's going to get to in the second half is this notion that actually you can see this murder or self-defense dependent. And I think that's the simpleness.
So we got 4 coconuts, 2
You're not anywhere near.
4 coconuts, 3 strawberries, 1 fucking jackfruit. Fuck is that? I don't know. 4 coconuts, 3 strawberries, 1 bullshit.
All it says, it's easy to reasonably see some of this acting self-defense here. You can't possibly win with the prosecution.
Yep, 1 bullshit right here, buddy.
The other thing to note about this is, my Discord, I was talking to my Discord today as I was driving home from Twin Cities, and they mentioned that within minutes of this video going live,
4 coconuts,
he had a
4 coconuts, 3 strawberries, 3 grapes, 4 coconuts, 3 grapes, 2 strawberries. 4 coconuts, 3 grapes, 2 strawberries. 4 coconuts, 3 grapes, 2 strawberries. We got this.
My opinion is, based on the production value of videos, I think
There's none of these bullshits right here.
Went to an editor, and it probably went to an editor prior to some of the other stuff maybe coming to light or whatever. I'm not sure exactly what the timeline is, but as he had time to think about what he said in the video, he was already ready to make those sort of comments. But editing the video would have been really difficult. He would have to get the same suit, he'd have to set the green screen back up, all of that's a big pain. But
he did this after the verdict came out.
Baby, what's up?
He shot up the verdict.
What's right here?
But he saw everything. He saw all the evidence. He saw all the arguments. He saw the level of provocation that was proven or attempted to be proven by.
Not now, baby. I'm having drinks and stuff.
He had to have shot this sometime between last Friday and today.
I just wanted to go on record that you are more hostile to legal than me, because I'm a gentleman. I think he should come.
Ready to go? Ready to win?
I invited him onto my channel.
See if he has the chat next screen with
That would be really interesting. Yeah, we'll depose the deposition of legal. Isn't it true that you, even in 2004, on the date of November 22nd, said, "Hey, bro, did you screw this thing up? I thought we had it in bed." Paul Stevie says, after a rate-review, Wisconsin's age of consent is 18, and the closest thing they have to a Romeo and Juliet law is very narrow. Is Dominic Black at risk here? Chat would be, but we act like 12-year-olds, so reasonable doubt exists. I don't know the ages of Dominic.
Alright, we got you.
And Kyle's sister dating. I have no idea. Not going to get into that. I actually don't know. No, yeah, but that leads to another assumption that intercourse occurs and all of that stuff. So we're not going to get into that because we don't have any details on it, and you are discussing it. I kid. Oh my goodness, what the hell is happening here? We've got all this got all this law coming in here. What's up, Kurt?
So what bullshit's going on over here?
There we go.
You know what? You have to keep quiet, good sir. I haven't watched this video yet.
Not this one. Nobody loves this
I
one.
have to tell you what, in the back half, Legal Eagle really pulls it together. It's it's wonderful legal analysis. You know, a little shaky in the first half, but the back half is where it's all at. You're in for
Like the judge in Kenosha, I don't believe you.
Okay, well let's get into that back half, which is something that Vicker says quite often.
But so far we've talked about the exception to the exception, that is, provocation. Let's now talk about whether the original exception, self-defense, applied or could reasonably have applied in this particular case. That's the facts as we know them from the trial. Now, warning, these videos are graphic, but let's talk about what the relatively uncontested testimony is.
Yeah, I need your help.
as always, I do.
You provided the disclaimer to your chat, and now that you're here, I need you to provide a disclaimer to my chat about this video. Uncivil just gave it, Legal Eagle just gave us a trigger warning. I saw your trigger warning on your video.
Yeah,
So can you please?
It's a little late for that at this point, though, isn't it?
Better late than never. I need your help.
Okay. Content warning. This stream may include images and sounds of Legal Eagle.
Thank you. Look,
We're kind of crushing
I
it.
apologize for my negligent omission of the content warning. Hopefully, you received an email version of the
Was I first?
service, and now you are on notice.
I was first.
These videos shows.
Kind of killing the game.
Dominic Black testified that they went to Kenosha to protect a car dealership called Car Source.
Did you make it too, Wang Hao?
They never asked anyone to protect Car Source.
He called that relatively uncontested, by the way.
Yeah, which is, I mean, either something's contested or it's not. You can't have relatively uncontested.
It's relatively
Right?
uncontested.
Like it's either contested or it's not.
Not this
so we've
one.
got all cops are bad. Is that a PCAB? What's PCAB on the band there? Or is that supposed to be an A, but it's sloppy?
I think it's supposed to be.
Pretty cops are bad. They really hate Officer Bay. Very rude. Okay, let's go.
During the protest,
Am I sure about what?
8 to 9 people were gathered at the dealership.
He says 8 to 9. But
I'm not very good at this one. I'd rather have a different one.
Doesn't. I just want to point that out.
Kyle Rittenhouse
I won
that
more in
night
other
was
rounds?
separated from the rest of his group and jogged towards one of the Car Source parking lots. Kyle Rittenhouse apparently sees Joshua Zielinski is nearby, armed with a pistol. Rittenhouse continues to run towards Car Source. Rosenbaum chases Kyle Rittenhouse. Rosenbaum throws a plastic bag behind Kyle Rittenhouse, which lands on the ground. A shot is fired from someone else about 100 feet away.
No,
Joshua
not 100
Zielinski.
feet. Not 100 feet. Zielinski fired. Zielinski there is like 4 kilometers away. I'm sorry.
That's a weird one for him to mitigate. Like, it's not a disputed fact that Joshua Zielinski is the one who fired that gun. And that doesn't weaken his position in any way to say that. In fact, it may strengthen his position.
No, because it's Tony
No, it doesn't.
Zielinski. Yeah, it's Tony Zielinski that Kyle was justified in turning back with the gun and waving it in the direction of Zielinski.
And also saying that it's 100 feet away. I mean, first of all, I don't think that's accurate. Second of all, like when you just kind of
I had no chance at that.
Toss that out. It just sounds like, oh, like someone down the road like randomly shot a gun. But
Yeah.
it's like, no, it came from behind.
The
this
thing
person running away
swung.
from this man.
I could not avoid it,
Factor,
and it knocked me down.
For Kyle's state of mind here.
It is. And by the way, this is a good time to mention that all of the panelists' links are in the description. Make sure you go check them out, subscribe to them, and by the way, Richard, congrats on getting to 50K subscribers today.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
well, I think I owe you a thanks. Thank you for retweeting that. I think a lot of people on it did. So that's very kind of you.
Here's
Yes,
my
it's
myself now.
50,000 2 days before the third anniversary of virtual legality. So I'm very thankful.
You deserve it, man. You produce a quality product.
Not only quality, he produces quality and quantity. It's like a double whammy.
And
We got our squad.
We got
Yeah.
a good week. Unfortunately, Activision Blizzard keeps giving us topics, so we got to cover them as much as possible.
All right, enough shilling. Even though I started it, let's get back to it.
Kyle Rittenhouse turns around and stops as he gets to some parked cars and shoots the unarmed Rosenbaum 4 times in quick succession once back.
Yeah. That is a little.
He's not the fact that
Bring it, Mikey.
but here, it's important what you're saying exactly. And he turned Rosenbaum left and reached for the gun. And in fact, he was asking him at the gun, if not on the gun.
And when you
It's
say force
important
to the back,
information.
what, and really important, when you say force to the back, it's like he's standing and shooting straight down from his back through his nipples. Whereas he's actually shooting, that's what it sounds like. He's standing over, he's down already. I know he's down, I'm just going to put one extra one inside just to make sure.
Look,
Come on, Mikey.
You can't see it on the video. It sounds like it's literal back. He's not even approaching.
it was really surprising to the baby that that Legal Eagle was, or that Joseph Rosenbaum was nursing when the bullet came through.
You
the back
have
into the
to
nipple, and the baby
archive your game and re-download it.
Very, very, very awkward. No, am I mistaken, or he actually gets into the nature of unarmed self-defense?
There you go. You got in.
Doesn't he?
He does mention the fact that they were unarmed and not using deadly force. That was great. That was a nice pause.
He adds an editorial comment specifically saying that there was not deadly force facing Kyle.
Yeah.
In the real back half of this video, he has a number of opinions that are thrown in kind of skelter.
Rosenbaum, Huber, and arguably Huber.
Look, I love when I drop a male breastfeeding joke that involves a baby consuming a bullet through a nipple in the chat, and it takes like 20 seconds for them to catch up to that. Oh, God.
I will never mention a man's nipple on your stream ever again.
Maybe not any nipple.
Hey,
Can I
hashtag not all nipples. No, we cannot do that. There is no nipple ban in this chat. Okay, here we go.
He's away from the scene. A loose
Wait.
crowd starts to follow Kyle.
I'm watching.
I was
Rittenhouse trips, falls to the ground,
Go ahead.
sits upright, and points his
Baby, I'm hanging out right now. I'm in the middle of the stream. I respect you. Baby, I'm live. It was good. Those were.
I mean, it's not a mob. It's a loose crowd.
A loose crowd.
Right. But that's
Yeah, I like to see better than being friendly 1,000 miles an hour.
Like,
I mean,
to be.
we don't want to use the word mob. I can see somebody actually wanting to be neutral, not wanting to call it mob. Hey, it's a group of people that are following him, or something like that. But in context with everything that we've seen so far.
You can try to clean it.
I'm watching a legal channel. They're reviewing a video made by someone. This is from 2021, I think. They're discussing the Kyle Rittenhouse trial, and the person's reviewing the verdict. And he's kind of not being truthful about what actually happened. A lot of people thought Kyle Rittenhouse was guilty because they didn't know what actually happened. Kyle Rittenhouse was 100% innocent. He's on film, on video, running away, and he shot someone and killed them, and he ran away towards police. They chased him. Somebody kicked him. He fired a shot that missed. Someone hit him in the head with a skateboard. He shot them and killed them. Somebody pointed a gun at him and he shot them. They stopped trying to attack. He got up and he ran towards police. I told him to go home. The next day he went and turned himself in. Everybody running good, everybody running good. Good shit, everybody. There's like 2 Angels in here. I think there's like 2 Angels in here. Come on, Angel, let's go. You've been faster going the other way, Angel. I paid attention to this whole trial. It was like a couple of my favorite things, court and law and politics. Everyone who thinks Kyle was guilty is a leftist. Very stupid leftist.
You know, why not? Here we go.
Mr. Barnes, he was an active shooter. These men were heroes. They were trying to disarm a shooter.
God, his cadence. Oh my God, if I could uppercut a cadence, I would have done it. No, but
it's like almost NPR cadence, driving me nuts.
Yeah.
Book podcast cadence.
It's the most condescending cadence, like, oh, you are all idiots, and that's why you're listening to me.
It's a slow talk. He's used to doing it a little bit.
Oh my goodness!
Here we go. You get Barnes on at 2
Barnes?
and this is what you get.
The pillow talk is with Judge Kroger. How dare you?
Why'd I fall?
This is a big point though, because like to be fair to the analysis, Kyle Rittenhouse does trip. He does trip, but it's in the context that he has been hit in the back of the head at least one time. And
Tell me we
he
qualified.
deflects the skateboard, but that thing could have hit him too.
Where's our fourth?
And, like to leave out the context that he was struck twice prior.
Where's our fourth?
By tripping by his mom.
We're all here. What up, Roberta Hope? How are you, pal?
Detail that you can kind of leave out and string along with
Hoy.
people who are watching, and it's like, but it's really important to know that this guy was just clocked in the back of the head, at least by a.
Yeah, we got 4 now. But how is Angel? Are you in here twice?
It's very disorienting.
I'm so confused here.
So here we go.
Person who backs away. He shoots at a man who does sort of a half jump kick but backs away after the shot.
We could host customs.
All of them.
I told you the back half was rough. I told you.
I'm not sure. Thanks for joining.
Incorporate the facts into the rules. Joe has been hammering on the fact that
Maybe.
Iraq
I got 6 viewers. 4, 6. It's fluctuating. Camera's not on you. You can sit down. She was hanging by the pool. Why did I just warp away? That was stupid. I just got robbed, dude. I hope that doesn't fuck us.
Here we go.
At roughly the same time, Anthony Huber hits Kyle Rittenhouse with a skateboard. Rittenhouse fires a shot. Huber picks up his skateboard and runs away. Another shot is fired in the direction of Huber, both Gage grouse throats. Huber drops to the ground.
Look where he's pointing. Look where he's pointing.
There's not another shot fired.
You get that completely wrong. Well, I mean, what happens is, second time, Huber has an action with the skateboard, hitting him.
Don't get there.
Then Huber,
Perfect timing.
as he's pulling the gun away from him, Huber's crazy.
McDonald, I'm sorry, buddy. You're going down.
As he's pulling the gun away from him is when he was now that then later there's another shot.
You're not going down. You're not going to. How did you not join us? I got a problem.
Yeah, and there's not even audio of the bigger shot because after Kyle shoots Gage, we will hear 3 to 4, I think, separate shots that don't come from Kyle. It might be as many as 6, but I think it was 4 shots that.
Look at us fucking killing the game.
So there are other shots happening.
Roberta.
No one knows where the shots are pointing from, going forward.
Bob Hope. Bob Hope. You are Bob Hope. You ever heard that name? Bob Hope?
Fired, but to say that a shot happened between the time that Huber was actually plugged and the time that Gage takes the bullet in the arm is just factually incorrect. There is no shot from any party during that time frame.
When you grab onto it, does it just let go?
very weird. Why would he? I can't. And again, like even if you take him as a
You want to? We're gonna win this one. Have you turned on auto grab ledges? Try that.
I really didn't watch or read myself.
Turn on auto grab ledges.
My receivers watch it.
I read the instructions.
We got this. This is my best final. We might all win this. We can. Mike, don't be getting cute here. Mike, you just shoved him off. It's so dirty.
Because the jury just got off the phone. No, I'm just kidding. I was about to make a very, very
Please. This is just a little too loud.
You got music on.
I know, but
I'm in
your
here
shit's
enjoying.
way worse.
Yeah, but I'm in here enjoying myself, doing my thing, and you're gonna come in here telling me my shit's too loud when you're playing music over my stream. Let's take it my stream banned. Mikey, you got too cute, Mikey. You got too cute, Mikey. That was easy. Herbert, are you still with us? Very GG. They been had that dickhead. Why you cancel matchmaking?
Did you try turning the computer on and off?
No, look, they were just calling to inquire about the car warranties of the jury. That was no. I guarantee you the jury.
The merry band of misfits.
Yeah. There's no way the jury. Like, first of all, the defense did a very good job on cross and when they brought whichever one, Sal, I think, when they brought him back to the stand on the case in chief for the defense, like they destroyed their credibility. No jury would have believed those guys at all. No person watching that trial and like watching it, like if you read a transcript, you might believe them. You watch that trial and you go, yeah, these guys are terrified of what they're about to say. They don't know what they're going to say. Even if you
I'm
don't
so
know what
confused.
they were lying maliciously. You go, these guys are unreliable because they're scared, they're nervous. They don't
Why am I
really
warped into
understand,
this thing?
And
I'm okay.
nothing about their testimony is believable. So again, yeah.
I'm getting screwed over right now, bro. Good thing I'm good.
Or about their life and death.
I'll recover. thing is, I know I'm great.
I'm the inventory manager. I'll give you just
Hey, baby.
answers.
Kurt,
Beautiful.
as the inventory manager, how many cards did you lose that night?
No clue.
How many cards do you even have?
I don't know. Do we have cards?
Have you ever had a card in inventory ever?
When?
I love you.
My dad does that. My dad does that part. So wait, you're the inventory manager. Your dad does the inventory? Yeah, he's good at that.
Okay. Well, did your dad take the loan when you got that small business loan for it being owned by your mom? I mean, that's why they were trying to go over here, over here, over here.
Yeah, because those SBA incentives for female-owned businesses, you definitely don't want to be caught lying about those.
Nice.
You know, only when you're talking about these guys now, you get to appreciate better.
Man, I got robbed at the beginning. You didn't see. I was stuck in the platform.
Between the whole, like, wait, when you asked me if Kyle was there.
I was like dead last.
Was he where? Thursday? I get days confused.
Just go around, buddy. Go around. There you go. Go straight. Go straight.
Yeah, Kyle.
There you go.
Have you seen Kyle? Seen Kyle?
What color?
I don't actually know what I'm doing here. I just walked in here.
Mikey, you've got a kid?
I gauge Rose White. He's like talking to the DA, and the DA's like, so how much medical experience do you have? I have 6 months. And where is it? And do you, what type of I always carry that with me wherever I'm.
Black. I'm so confused.
But I never want to use it against
That's
Terrible. That's still great. Why would you say that? I don't know. Why say that?
They said, why don't you have any black friends? And I said, joke's on you. I don't have any
But I
friends.
just want to ask you this. While we're here at this moment on the video, this is a pet peeve one I've brought up before. I want everyone here to acknowledge there is never a point that Kyle trains his gun on game. If you go back 2 seconds, the position that Kyle is in, you'll see his gun is not pointing towards the game, it's pointing towards his feet and the sidewalk. And this is something that he got Kyle, the finger got Kyle to admit to, which was not even true. And it's important is because if Kyle's gun is aimed at Gage does Gage pressure. And if not, he doesn't. And that's why I think it's a really important thing that I want everyone to be crystal clear on, that Kyle admitted to something that did not happen. The video evidence is 2 seconds before this, where you can see the angle of the gun and where it's facing. So
Although,
Duck fart.
but you can't really discount the fact that he admitted to it, though. You
No,
know, like,
it was back prep by Richards, and the other back prep by Richards was on the Yellow Pants game, where Yellow Pants.
I'm expecting big things from you guys this time.
And he would have, if they would have prepped him.
Big things.
To review the tape over and over again, to review where all the ways Binger could come at him, and it's just good fortune, frankly, that Binger was not well prepared to actually cross Kyle. And he did a very good
I'm terrible at Fortnite. I've played it like
Kyle did a
twice.
great job, but the way in which the biggest risks for Kyle were risks that never came to fruition, not because Richard prepared him well, because we know he didn't just on those 2 screw-ups that were easily repairable to correct things that didn't happen.
I wonder how much my life would be different if I was good at that game.
Okay, Duck Fart says, common sense, don't advance on a person's gun, set yourself in moving direction, control position, then game up situational awareness for emotional reaction. Kyle was in a disadvantage for a long period after the situation. Okay, let's get back into it. We got it before Richard. He's like the wait.
I'm just looking kind of down tonight.
It's fine.
Yeah,
So
you
is
know how I felt during the stream.
I am proud. Legal bites time right now. It's like your normal day right now, right?
Yeah, it's morning for me.
Here we go.
Bruce breaks then
I'm
puts his
fucked.
hands up well armed with a pistol.
Oh, I'm so
As he's
fucked.
making a move toward or to the side of Rittenhouse then fires and Gross strikes
Avenge
him once,
me!
Towards or to the side, ignoring the fact that he testified that he stepped towards Kyle Rittenhouse.
You're fucked.
Just want to point that out.
And
You're fucked on hell.
Yes.
Yep.
Of course,
Now Gage is no longer bisexual.
What?
He just said bisect.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Look, I'm not gonna.
No!
Go.
Misspeakings are not misstatements, Okay, let's give.
Your time to shine, guys. That's what I said.
Or
I need you guys to shine.
A lot of other facts.
Just in case I mess up.
This is a confusing and charged situation, even with video footage.
Good work.
It's not.
No, it is not confusing or charged with video footage. The video footage is what has always exonerated Kyle from the get-go. What the hell are we talking about? Like, oh, even with video footage. No, the video footage has made this list. If there was not video footage, Kyle would be in jail right now, most likely. The fact that there was so much video has actually been a testament to how excellent his self-defense claim actually is. It is not confusion. From the get-go, this was the most clear-cut self-defense claim you may ever encounter in your entire life, and the only thing that muddied it up was the prosecution being able to sneak in the middle of trial drone footage to make a claim based on a detective using pinch to zoom on his iPhone that there was provocation. Without the detective falsely claiming he saw Kyle raise his gun at someone with an unverifiable pinch to zoom, you don't get provocation.
I died before you did.
This case would have been over 2 days early.
If we didn't have
yeah, we wouldn't. Hey,
nobody.
That's all it takes.
Ever believe that his self-defense was as flawless as it was?
Yeah.
We would have said you're lying. It's like what you think you're like Batman or something, that every shot you're gonna take is perfect. That's what we would have thought if we didn't have this video. This video shows a testament. Frankly, I can't believe he's as good as he was that night. I think he was incredibly lucky. But his trigger discipline and he only hit people and never hit any innocent bystanders when he's freaking out, surrounded by a mob, and holding to the last second. The guy has every time. The only people who are shot by him are people either holding his gun or aiming a gun at his face, and that's the only people that are shot by him. When he's in this mob and he's daisies.
Stupid thing.
That's an amazing testament to him. We never
over here.
We didn't have so much video footage.
Go straight.
What a remarkable job he did.
Well, and I think, because this is my job on this thing, if we want to, you poor man. Let's do the job for the on this. You could describe the situation on the whole, the notion of the street, the run,
And that's how it's done.
Remember, he established self-defense.
Look at us killing the game. Fucking all-stars over here.
If you want to find acquittal, it's useful terminology for what that night is for a young man running to the police line. And so, to me, I agree with you that the video shows self-defense, but I don't think there's a problem suggesting that the whole situation was charged with confusing and looking at it from that perspective.
Look, everybody has to swab the poop deck sometime, and you threw the short straw tonight. It's great.
Usually that's me. It's all you, baby. You take it up.
It's great, but real quick, another announcement. Nathan DeBruin reached out to me. That is Photo Chat, and I have made contact with him, and we will be scheduling an interview with him at his convenience.
Pixel painters, guys, we gotta focus. We gotta work together. We can do this.
I am working on that, so to anybody curious, we'll have him on the show as soon as possible.
Here we go.
I have not reached out to Kyle just yet, but I will be soon. The problem I have with reaching out to Kyle is I do not think he should be doing any of the interviews that he's doing. But if he's going to do them, I want him to come on here and talk to us. But I also, when he went on Sunday, I'm like, what the hell?
Interesting interview. I mean, I highly recommend it. It's very interesting.
Actually, during the daytime show tomorrow, I actually want to interview with the panel, whatever panel.
Oh, there you are.
I think there's some interesting stuff going on, and I would like some legal partner analysis on that. So here we go.
All right, so we're just over here killing the game.
So, was this self-defense? You can look at those facts and see a murder. You can look at those facts and find self-defense.
You can look at it and see a murder only because you omitted some very important facts.
I look at it and I see an elephant.
Exactly. No, you can look at the facts that he put in the video and see a murder.
Yeah.
But if you look at all the facts, you're probably not going to see a murder. Just thinking.
Two diametrically opposed beliefs can both be reasonable.
Okay, just over here
There are
killing
a
him.
ton of open questions here. Was the use of force proportionate in every encounter? Was the use of force reasonable in every encounter? Did
What did the medical examiner say?
those reactions? But the videos and testimony show a chaotic
It's this
situation
one, not the
people
middle
acted
one.
with. Now, no blanket assertions can be made. You have to run the self.
No, blanket assertions can be made.
You're fucking. No, stop! It's this one, dude.
Both sides, by the way, can and do make blanket assertions.
It's not
very
this one.
easy to make them, but they certainly can be made.
Defense analysis for each
There we
individual, including the shots fired at the people that weren't.
That was close. Pixel painters always say
With the
something.
provocation argument aside.
The only person that the shots were
Do we win the crown if they don't get it?
Rosenbaum or Grosskreutz was Jump Kick Man, and those were fired and missed. And let's just leave out the fact that the prosecution and the defense.
We win the crown if nobody else gets it, right?
Call out maybe the defense on this. They allegedly knew the identity of Jump Kick Man as well before trial. And I don't know what the strategy would be over not naming him and bringing the prosecution to task, but that has apparently come out. I have heard. I guess I don't actually know that because I'm not the defense team. But if
Look, they're not a team.
that,
Look how they're dressed.
colossal.
You got two fucking rookies.
Here's where it might be useful if you're.
I think somebody else qualified.
Point out that self-defense applies to third
Oh,
parties
fuck.
under the Wisconsin statute.
Me and Mikey won this the other day on duos.
Because, again, if your theory is that he pointed a gun at Zeminski, then Rosenbaum is actually, potentially, assuming you can show that he had been witness to that event, he's justified in attempting self-defense against Kyle.
Right, he's gonna talk about that as well.
Oh, excellent. I can't wait.
One might look at these incidents in question and decide that they were self-defense. After all, in the latter two incidents, Kyle Rittenhouse was fending off what was arguably an attack with a skateboard, and in another, the man admitted he drew a gun on Rittenhouse. But one might also reasonably conclude that one or more of these incidents were not self-defense and were therefore murder. After all, in the first incident, Rosenbaum, an unarmed man, threw a bag of clothes at Rittenhouse, which didn't...
Objection, facts not evidence.
Yeah, actually, there were...
We don't know what was in the bag.
We have no testimony that clothes were in the bag. That's a really weird one to say. We know that there was a water bottle. Like, a water bottle.
I don't know who's doing what. Who's got what? Anybody got the tail?
That's in evidence was empty. That's the best we have, is that it was an empty water bottle. We know that there was maybe ammonia, but not a sufficient mixture to make a gas bomb.
That is us.
But Balch said that he did not find both elements.
See ya.
And whatever the other thing was, chlorine. Yeah. So very weird. No one testified that clothes were in there at all. Again, it's these basic factual mistakes.
What's up? Who wants some? Who wants some? Oh, you gotta be quicker than that.
Now I can't trust anything.
Woohoo! Look at me, I got a tail.
Right, this is a problem with misinformation. Oh, you threw a bag of clothes? Clothes aren't there.
What'd you do that for, dummy?
But let's say that water bottle might have been full.
You dick.
A water bottle of basketball game, you try to insult with that plan. You know, that has actually happened.
That was so foolish. You should not have done that.
It's an interesting distinction.
I was going away from them. You were going towards them. I would have been so mad at you had we lost that.
After which Rittenhouse points his gun at him, and then Rosenbaum moves at Rittenhouse, or apparently towards the gun, and Rittenhouse shoots him 4 times, once in the back. And yes, I'm aware of Rittenhouse's self-serving testimony about the preceding incidents.
Oh my goodness. That's a blatant lie. That's a blatant lie. I gotta pour another drink. Look at all my crowns. I'm a king. Pretty, pretty king. Let me fill my cup up. Run it back. Jack. Well, shit, no, you don't. I'm out of ice. You know what that means? Straight shots, homie. Homies. I think that's 2 in a row, isn't it? Can I pee real quick? Is that 2 in a row? I think it's 2 in a row. Oh.
You mother... Just say Fifth Amendment now. Just say Fifth Amendment. Say it. Mother... fricker.
This will be
It's
all
2 in a row, is it not?
The statements about "I'm going to kill you." By the way, this is the extent of it. So if you're waiting for it, this is it, my friend.
Look, when you suggest self-serving testimony in a legal context, you are suggesting that they are lying. You're suggesting that they have, after the fact, post facto, determined a proper course of events that will most benefit the person. You're giving no credence to the reality on that they are professing. Like that, there's no indication that Kyle's testimony is self-serving. In fact, the idea of the threat from Joseph Rosenbaum comes from not
Other
one
corpus, if
source
you're
from
watching,
Kyle,
I
but
accepted
3
your request.
sources, and one of them being a state's witness. And look, I know that Ryan Balch was not a helpful witness for the state, but the state determined that Ryan Balch would be a more helpful witness for them than a harmful witness for them, and that's why they called him on direct. You would never call a witness on direct unless you think you have to get their testimony to benefit your case. So they took that risk.
We've won 2 in a row. Let's win.
They got the fact that Ryan Balch was sitting there saying,
Then go to
yeah,
X.
actually, this guy said, if I get either of you alone, I'll kill you. And he said, yeah, Kyle's right there. He would have heard it.
And this is exactly the area that he made the Fifth Amendment violation, where he was saying that Kyle was staying silent for this time, and assessing what story would fit best, and that's exactly when Bingo walked down that road and pretty much reaches his civil rights to the Fifth Amendment. And now legally was basically saying exactly the same thing. He's self-serving, that he's watched everything, that's concocting this story of his, which he doesn't even concoct, it's all there over video.
And I think noting how we talk about how reasonable minds can think this or reasonable minds can think that, the major problem, I think, is that he's not giving any facts that would allow a reasonable person to come to the other side of this equation.
Jump on them. Jump over their heads. There you go. Good shit. There we go. I made it through 2. Oh, easy peasy. Let's go. I'll go right, you go left. No more questions.
So it's like, well, how are reasonable small minds supposed to come to different conclusions?
That's a quote from Macho Man. He's like, I'm going right, you go left. No more questions.
He's still forced to admit that reasonable minds can disagree. Even though he's giving a heavily biased fact set, he says, with these facts, reasonable minds can find either conclusion. But if he gave the full fact set, he wouldn't be able to say that, in my opinion. But let's persist on it.
What I'm saying is that reasonable minds are different. And Rittenhouse also shoots.
Where you going, bro? Where you going? Why are you doing that to yourself?
Involving Grosskreutz and Huber happened perhaps a few hundred
Oh my god, the stupidity of this guy is killing me.
It's not surprising.
Go down there, go! Oh my goodness.
Didn't stop. But the only question
But that is surprising. There was no shots going off in the prior minute and a half.
A few hundred feet when your life is on the line is quite a bit of distance.
Every active shooter I've ever heard of was actually retreating, not shooting the entire time until they got knocked down. So, I mean, it's fair.
This particular case was whether Rittenhouse's actions could possibly have been reasonable. Because remember,
I haven't seen that one, and I've been playing a lot lately. Did that get
it wasn't self-defense.
vaulted?
It's possible, if not probable, that both Rittenhouse and the people he killed were simultaneously acting in self-defense. The
Pat
fog
your
of war
butt.
is a real thing.
I might have got vaulted, dude.
The fog of war is a real thing.
I think that's his way of saying that because everyone gets confused, so you could be wrong about the reality as long as you're reasonably, anyone in your situation is reasonably confident which of you did that. I think that's what we're trying to get at.
This motherfucker's playing StarCraft while we're doing legal analysis. That's all I got to say.
Rob, get back up there. I want to go this way. Damn it, no. Oh, stop moving. Bro, I'm not holding my own here, and I'm supposed to be good at this one.
And I think that you could argue whether or not that would actually be a winning argument if you're not you could actually argue this. I do kind of agree a little bit with what he's saying, but I keep finding
It's the worst I've ever done in this round, and now it's not the time to do the worst ever.
You kind of twist it, or you like weave it into like some kind of like.
Why haven't you guys qualified yet, damn it?
I never fully agree with what he's saying here.
Damn it, no, my goodness. It's not the alcohol.
They didn't have problems. It was Wisconsin common law.
Fuck you, Rhino.
They did not have probable cause.
If any of you guys are pro wrestling fans to know who the wrestler Rhino is, I actually ran into him at a gas station in New Baltimore. He couldn't have been nicer. Couldn't have been nicer. My knee was injured at the time, and I was walking with an actual like old person walker. And he pulled up in a Hummer in my little Ford Focus, and I noticed him. I rolled down my window. I was like, "Hey, man!" I was like, "So cool to run into you here." And I was like, huge wrestling fan, dude. I've been a fan since I was a kid. He goes, "Oh, thanks for watching, you know." So then, like, he goes inside. I'm still in my car, getting my shit together. I make it in as he's heading out, and he's like, "Oh man, you okay? You all right?" And it's like, "Oh yeah, just a little thing with my knee acts up sometimes."
I was arguing with the panel here about this before. I do not believe
couldn't have been nicer.
The guy's really running directly to the house. He's not firing any guns off. And I've heard many on the panel here say, yeah, if everything had turned out 150,000 away, they could have had justifiable self-defense to defense of others. And I don't understand it. He's running straight to the cops. He's a block and a half from them. He's not firing his weapon. He's not even like training for a convention. There's no reason to think of him as an active shooter. And this was clearly in his mind.
Well, y'all keep moving this thing. Not you guys. It's a mob, dude. I know. One of y'all already made it. That's fucking impressive.
Yeah, I just agree with you.
I think it has to be first either way. I mean,
Again, what would be the they have the same reasonable doubt burden as well. I don't think if you're
Well, I made it too. We good.
Because they instigate the violence. They don't have self-defense unless
No,
it's
no.
a lawful arrest. Even there, it's going to be excessive force. You know, using a skateboard, for example, pulling a gun. You know, you can go back and forth on. They're arguing in our brief, just pulling a gun on somebody is excessive force.
Although there would be instances where we probably
Look at us.
seeing this guy running with
Whatever happens, I'm proud of you guys.
With Gross Courts, he didn't provide any testimony as to why he had probably caused the crowd to run. He murdered somebody, and then he followed him, and then what Kyle tells him isn't enough. It isn't the kind of confession that could equal grounds for citizen's arrest. So under Wisconsin law, I just don't see how any of the people, unless Huber knew something different, but even there, a skateboard on the head, that's probably excessive force.
no, I don't think that. The guy has a gun. I think that's.
I love the clusterfuckness of it.
Bruce testified that he heard Kyle say he's with the police, not that he was going to the police.
Shots.
To try and arrest the guy.
Because if they had witnessed it, the closest would have been Zeminski and his girlfriend. Maybe have probable cause, but then you have to ignore the fact that Zeminski was supposed to shooting the gun. So and you have issues there. So that's where I didn't think many of the people there showed they had probable cause to believe Kyle.
All right.
You still took that into Kyle's murder. Let's just take it for open law. Kyle provokes him to whatever it is. self-defense and murdered them. And I think from there, Paul's exactly the same way. Do you think that those two don't have the right to come after him?
They have to have personal knowledge of it. They have to have knowledge that's sufficient to be proper cause. And I don't
Oh, we gotta get this show moving.
They have plausible self-defense. Imagine they're being tried. Do you think the state can prove that they don't have a self-defense right?
Well, I mean,
No, where the fuck that come from? I didn't know that was there.
Right, I mean, my argument is because they instigate the violence, they don't have self-defense unless it's necessary in our citizens. That's how it ends up being like armory. The two factors, they need a lawful citizen.
Killing the game.
They need necessary force in order to have self-defense. They don't because they don't have the probable cause for citizen's arrest.
Yeah, the probable cause is necessary element to have justifiable citizen's arrest. And if you don't justify it, you don't have.
Oh, here we go. Time to focus.
What about, I mean, but what about looking at it from a defense of others perspective as opposed to?
I think they're the same. Self-defense, defense of others.
Worry about your ball. Fuck their ball. Push our ball.
So citizens arrest. I think that if you see somebody that.
All right, Mikey. Thanks for joining.
Threatening other people.
Imminent
No,
harm.
that's.
Imminent harm.
Yeah, imminent harm. I think
Yeah,
you're there. I think you're there because if he.
I think there's a decent.
Let's all work together in pushing our
I
ball.
don't know that it would weigh, but I think you can make the
If
argument.
you believe Rittenhouse just engaged in a murder and he's running, there could be a lot of reasons that he's running. Like he might be running to try to get to a better position or running towards other people. There's reason to believe he's still an active threat, even if he's not shooting anyone at that exact moment. If he just shot someone 10 seconds ago, yeah, I think he still is an imminent threat now.
None of these people saw it. That's the problem. They have to have probable cause.
Oh, go ahead.
And
Well,
it
but
has to be reliable information.
Keep it pushing. Keep it pushing.
there's an argument that once he fires a jump kick in,
You can get it in front of these things. We'll shoot it.
But that's the guy jumping out of like on.
I didn't say it was a strong argument.
Is that
I'd say it-
because of the crime?
Here we go.
Or is that this person?
Look at us killing the game.
It's like, 'cause this
Look at all the snow we're getting.
Somebody else's wildfire. And generally,
You can get in front of these things that'll give it a good push.
On one side, clearly being an illegal law, you have improper.
See, that helps.
Such that you can initiate force. The law disfavors it.
By stopping our ball, they're actually helping us. That's the problem with trying to push someone else's ball because they're actually rolling it more.
Or if we were Rosenbaum had lived, I don't think they would have had self-defense argument, and I don't think they would have had a citizen's arrest. So because of
Look at how much snow! Killing the game.
are clear enough to warn it. I mean, look at with Michaels. They had a lot more facts than these guys had. And you know, a lot of people think they're going to be convicted. And think they should be. So that gives you some illustration.
I just love that there were two chats in a row, and the first one says Barnes is right, and the second one said Barnes is wrong. That's how this look, I think we can all agree on this. All of the possible claims for murder and self-defense or whatever of everybody else involved are much murkier than Kyle.
Yes.
And another thing.
And they're all relevant as to Kyle and his self-defense claims.
And another.
Yeah, they're all irrelevant, you said, right?
Yeah, they're all irrelevant as to Kyle.
Yes.
Right. And another thing that legal doesn't say here is that at the end of the day, what is most important for this analysis is going into his state of mind, not anyone else's. He kind of sort of gets there almost. He sort of touches on it, but he never says the only state of mind that matters here is Kyle Rittenhouse's.
Let's see how he.
Kyle should file a civil suit against Gage Rose for completely the government.
Let's see how legal touches me.
How do you think that would go if you filed a civil suit against
No,
him?
we're just gonna slide.
Push him off! Push him off!
Mistaken. The jury was accurately, based on the law, told that they had to determine whether Rittenhouse's belief was reasonable based on the circumstances. And this reminds me of the story of Gabby Giffords and Joe Zamudio. When Giffords was shot at a political
What this is completely irrelevant to Kyle Rittenhouse's case. It's not going to get better.
This reminds me of a mass shooting incident that was really dangerous that has been the basis of libeling a range of conservatives over the last 5 years.
Okay, here we go.
Rally, Joe Zamudio, who was legally armed, came running to help when he heard the gunfire that injured Gabby Giffords and killed 6 others in Tucson. By the time that Zamudio came to the scene, unarmed civilians had already tackled.
Came to the scene. We heard that. That was the scene.
Okay, you were giving us crap for
I'll ban all of you. I'll ban everybody.
You need us, Nick. You need us. Let's
Zamudio later said that in his conclusion, he was within seconds of shooting one of the people that was helping, not the shooter himself. This is an issue that champions of Rittenhouse should grapple with. If Rosenbaum or Huber...
That's the picture. That's the moment. That pissed me off. I saw
This is a neutral analysis, guys.
This is totally neutral. Totally neutral. We're not trying to support one side or the other. Just giving a neutral recitation of facts. We're not trying to hack in any way.
Rosenbaum in his underoos there, wearing his little superhero flying kid costume there, and Grosskreutz. This is how he's giving his even coverage. He's going to show you the pedophile, the burglar, and the domestic abuser.
Look, every time Mark.
There's nothing to grab onto here.
She gets a little excited. Here we go.
Bird or Grosskreutz had killed Kyle Rittenhouse, they might have been justified in using self-defense under the law. Again, reasonable minds might differ on this, but any system that incentivizes rule by the last person standing, that is, killing the only person who might dispute your claim of self-defense, that seems suboptimal.
It's not in any way even close to self-defense. It's also
standing last wins. Sure.
Well, the comments picking back up
tell
again.
that to the guy in Minnesota who shot the 2 burglars in his house. Tell that to any number of people who have claimed self-defense over their deceased victims and have failed. Because most self-defense claims, as Andrew Bronco, a leading expert in the field, has said, most self-defense claims, most of them are not correct.
We failed.
This isn't the scenario with this much video that we're talking about, oh, we don't know what happened. Right. Characterization of exactly what we know what happened. This isn't about who's the last standing. And in those circumstances, there's nothing that the people that died could add to the conversation anyway. In terms of Kyle's defense.
Oh, I thought you were going first. Sorry. In terms of Kyle's defense, period. I got it with period on that. I got it with a comma. It was right there. Here we go.
To this point, that might simply say, vigilantism is bad.
You have notes. First of all,
There's no way that he's represented. There's no way we can go with that. So at this point, that's
We're gonna leave these papers over here. We're gonna leave these. Yeah, you're reading off his papers.
what's this folksy moment?
if we don't think that someone who makes $10,000 to $30,000 per video has a teleprompter at this point for his notes, I don't know what to tell you, but vigilantism. What
Joe Biden would say, end of statement.
Yes. Vigilantism is not an issue here. Vigilantism did not occur in this case by any honest recitation of the facts
solos.
in the record.
Can we do this one? Can we do this
Except
one?
maybe the assailants.
Right, yeah. Gage Crosswords.
Let's do this one.
Of vigilantism by members of the pedo Antifa left that night.
So I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to hang on here, but I will say my piece on this part. That this is where everything before now I thought was relatively strong, entertaining. This is
back to
this is the part
squads.
where he's going to start adding in his societal commentary. So vigilantism is bad. We're going to start talking about racism.
Other Corpus, welcome. I'm not sure who you are. Later, Mikey. Take care, pal. Thanks for being
Yeah,
here.
I had an interaction right there on Twitter about how problematic I found this particular portion of the video, because he steps out of the shoes of the lawyer. He steps out of the shoes of talking about what this case is. And most of what I really had a problem with this weekend is the notion that you should use a trial in a defendant's life to push for whatever your political cause is. I don't care. And that this is a very poor vehicle for that. And I think he loses his audience, or he confuses them, because he's going to talk about all these things, even after he's talked about the specific facts of the case, regardless of how you feel he did with that recitation, and I agree with you. And this is going to go on for the next one. We got 7 minutes left, give or take. This is what he uses the next portion of his video to do. He's talk about all those tweets, those hot button topics, the news, in a way that I think is not great for a lawyer in his position on the platform.
And to be very clear, this is the one thing Richards and Shirafisi did exceptionally well. And it was a conscious decision. They did not make this a cause. They did not make this about a greater societal issue. Richards has testified to it, and it's pretty clear from how they conducted the trial. Agree or disagree with their tactical decisions, their overall strategy said the focus in this trial is on the client, not on the societal concern, not on defending liberty or the Second Amendment or self-defense. They didn't do any of that. It's evident that they left, and that might, in some instances, be to Kyle's detriment, might not, we won't know, but they left out on the table the potential argument that Kyle had an absolute right under the Second Amendment to carry his gun as part of the militia. The militia under Heller, under Scalia's opinion in Heller, Kyle's a member of the militia because he's 17 years old, and that's actually
all right, our squad
45 able-bodied males.
doing good. All right, we all qualified. Way to hold your own, Mr. Porpoise.
Of course, until the gun charge is dismissed, then it's a different thing. They didn't do any of that. They said, our client, self-defense, this is where we go. This is the justification. We don't need to bring a greater narrative into this case. And I think that was a very smart decision. And it was also one of the things they intimated in post-judgment interviews, that the best thing that they did was get rid of Linwood and John Pierce, whose entire motive was agenda-driven, either some greater political agenda or some greater personal agenda for those two attorneys. And God help us if Kyle would have been represented by John Pierce and Linwood at this trial. It would have been a fucking disaster.
That's actually the first thing he said in his interview. He said when he met Kyle, he went up to him and he said, if you're looking for someone to make a whole cause out of this, I'm not your guy. I'm not going to play that role here. And I'm just going to play it straight as far as this is your kid in the situation that he did here was perfect self-defense. It's not about cause or movement, or you're not the face of anything here. You're just a kid on a stand. So.
Yeah. All right. Let's get through this last 7 minutes, so I can get to my Dominic Black news.
And I stand by that. I also worry that is becoming a controversial position. Net, bringing guns to a protest is bad. Anyone that brings it, not just Kyle Rittenhouse, but brings a large strand of people that say that Kyle Rittenhouse shouldn't have been there, and that's the reason that he...
None of those people should have been there. They were causing a fucking riot, you weird mug. What are you talking about? What is wrong with you? What is this? Oh, Kyle Rittenhouse should have been there. There's a fucking riot full of unlawful actors. They shouldn't be there. Stop doing this. Stop putting an undue burden on Kyle Rittenhouse to not be in response to a bunch of unlawful mongrels. What are we doing?
Can't use self-defense. And by most accounts, Kyle Rittenhouse meets the definition of a vigilante. But whether Kyle Rittenhouse...
What?
No, it doesn't.
What are you talking about?
In fact, I mean, that frankly is that borderline line, because arguably vigilante is not so much an opinion as it is a statement. That's close. You can claim it's an opinion, but there's factual components of it, especially at this stage. When there's no evidence at all.
I gotta admit, I fucking hate these little fucking wheels, dude. They fucking irk the fuck out of me, dude. It's like you can't get up here! And then you do, and then you fall off. Come on, dude, we gotta go together.
Definition, according to Merriam-Webster, which I don't know, and they're actually a pretty liberal source at this point, they define broadly vigilante as a self-appointed doer of justice, which I don't think is justice.
Well,
that's
yeah,
exactly
the definition of vigilante is, they'll probably change it. Now, probably.
It just says Kyle Rittenhouse. That's all.
Vigilante is someone who wants to get revenge on somebody else for something that happened. That was
That's
never
how I
was
understood it. Wasn't self-appointed. He was asked to be there, so there's that.
Yeah, definition from Oxford Languages is a member of a self-appointed group of citizens who undertake law enforcement in their community without legal authority, typically because the legal agencies are thought to be inadequate. The problem with this, of course, the ultimate problem with this is that legal authority is
After this can do another. Okay,
and not
that's cool. I got a buddy wanting to join.
Citizenry. That's why citizens arrest is still a thing, and it follows the same structures as lawful arrest by a peace officer. This is a big component of the McMichael's case, but you don't need a statute for citizens arrest. A statute on citizens arrest is actually a limiting statute, not an enabling statute. It is a restriction on your ability to conduct a citizens arrest. Absent of a statute, you have the same lawful authority to conduct arrests that a police officer would have in a similar situation. Now, that's
what it's about. It's all common law.
Right, and that's not legal advice. I'm not saying that everybody should go out and citizens arrest everybody or anything crazy like that. But the reality is that the citizens arrest statutes are limiters to what is understood, because the state derives its power to arrest anybody from the citizenry.
Where's the speed run at?
The police, this is weird, and Barnes, maybe you can help me out with this as a student.
Did we do good?
But police originally did not act as interventionist peace officers. What they actually did was they served warrants. They served at the service of the court or the service of the magistrate to go out and do a thing. It was a cleanup duty. It was not an intervention duty. And we've changed that definition. The intervention
I'm not really looking forward to this one right now.
Because they were armed and the citizens and the community policed themselves.
I don't want to think. I just want to run fast, jump, dive.
We didn't have police. It used to be the case that if you formed a police force, the city would be liable for any riots that occurred, any damage from riots, because the police was there to stop the riots. And so there were a lot of cities that didn't form, because at the time cities generally didn't form police forces, and that was not a commonplace universal phenomenon. So yeah, and the right of the individual to exercise the law was considered normal. The idea that the state should have a monopoly on the use of...
If you don't know what you're doing on Pixel Painters, just get the fuck out of the way, dude.
Is a statist idea that's actually foreign to American English culture.
All right, welcome to the stream.
I just arrived back from a trip to the States. Oh man, travel sucks now.
Yes, it's terrible. As someone who flew today and yesterday, I hate every second of it. So, we're just a couple minutes, well, 6.5 minutes left in this video. So we're gonna resume. Here we go.
House should have been there in the first place isn't relevant to the questions of whether he legally met the definition of self-defense in the first place. Just simply possessing a gun by itself doesn't prevent the application of self-defense.
Good.
There are, of course, larger social issues here as well. Many claim that it would have been impossible for a black person to kill two people, injure a third, and live to walk away from the scene.
First of all, no, stop.
Well, he's got more than.
He needs to stop this line right now. The hypothetical mythical black man who's defended himself but doesn't actually exist in this situation cannot be measured. It's an immeasurable alternative, and it's a frequent use of poetry to create a hypothetical straw man to bolster your argument.
And it's Pat's fault. In the same day, Kyle was that black man was acquitted for shooting a police officer.
Yes, he shot a cop.
Yeah, exactly. So in fact, I would say disproportionately, there's someone who did a whole Twitter thread on high-profile cases of black defendants who were acquitted using self-defense. Long litany of them. I would say you look at proportionally lawyers that I know, it's more commonly used by black defendants than even white defendants. So the idea that or at least proportional to the population. So the idea that black defendants do not benefit from self-defense and couldn't is a complete lie. He's injecting this for racist purposes to say somehow this was white privilege, it's absurd. But the worse, nefarious is that he's trying to undermine self-defense, which actually disproportionately benefits African Americans.
And then, of course, to be found not guilty. And we can probably evaluate whether this is true or not. One way to look at this is by studying data on how juries perceive self-defense. A study by John Roman found that homicides with a white perpetrator and a black victim are 10 times more likely to be ruled justified in cases with a black perpetrator and a white victim. And the gap is larger.
Look, I don't want to get into statistics on crime, but there is a reality between the how do I word this without getting banned off of YouTube? Because I don't think that these statistics tell the whole story. There's a whole lot that goes into it, so don't misinterpret. But there is a disproportionate amount relative to black offenders versus white victims than there are to white offenders versus black victims. And the most disproportionate amount is white offenders on white victims and black offenders on black victims. But
you fucking rhinos can't fuck with me. You know with whom you're dealing? I'm the fucking rhino killer. You understand me? I kill you rhinos.
Actually fits the statistical model for the perpetrators of the crime when you flop the races. And again, it's weird.
Gotta go be smooth on the rhinos.
And I do not want to in any way imply that those statistics tell the whole story, because they do not. But those statistics are
basketball's the final round?
Incorporated into any reasonable data analysis. And to
remember, you're supposed to score on your own color.
Is a problem.
And it's pertinent to note that
right?
either of those scenarios isn't applicable to the case that we're talking about.
Exactly. Yes. Thank you. That's probably what I should have said.
I was the guy defending a minority immigrant woman-owned business against white perpetrators who were screaming racial epithets all that day.
And
I don't know. Do we score on them or us?
Racism is the reason for that disparity. Why would you want to bring everything down to the worst scenario where, they're always saying, oh, well, what we need to do is bring everything down. If a black guy wouldn't have gotten away with it here, isn't the answer that the black innocent defendant should also be acquitted?
Yes.
Yeah.
We need more wrongful convictions to fix racism. I don't understand that.
Yeah, it's a weird.
Do I want to score this way?
Let's move on.
In states with standard Brown laws. And after accounting for a variety of confounding factors, such as whether the victim and perpetrator are strangers, the gap is smaller but still significant. Cases with a white.
After accounting for whether the victim and perpetrator were strangers. Okay, so you eliminate.
Yo, this is the fucking defense.
Cases in which the victim and perpetrator knew each other, which takes race out of the question almost entirely. So thank you.
Perpetrator and black victim are 281% more.
Don't grab me, grab him.
Black perpetrator.
Grab the ball.
But
oh my
systemic
goodness.
issues like that weren't on trial here. You don't adjudicate those kind of systemic issues in a criminal court of one individual. The issue is whether.
Then why bring them up?
Yes, so again, we talked about this, right? So I look at this and say, Legal has arrived at where he needs to, which is they're not meeting their burden of reasonable doubt.
Curry! We didn't work very well there.
He knows his audience.
That's okay.
For that.
Good game.
And so all of this is gravy on the turkey of what he's putting forth in the video to try to get out from effectively crucifixion by his
Defense, or more specifically, whether the prosecution disproved the possibility that he used self-defense. And for what it's worth, there are lots of people who think that Kyle Rittenhouse's actions were not self-defense. There are lots of other reasonable people who think that Kyle Rittenhouse's actions were self-defense. Now, I doubt all of those people.
Okay.
There's a distinction between those who watched trial and those who did not.
There is, but okay. So during the first part, when he said, this is subtle to me, and maybe that I don't think this is nitpicky. I think this is intentional, not by Legal but by his editor. During the part where he's saying there are people who think it was not self-defense, he's showing a scene of Kyle shooting Joseph Rosenbaum. During the part where he says there are lots of people who think it was self-defense, he's got an unrelated picture of several cops on the side of a truck from a. Is this even from the night? Is this even from Kenosha? Where the hell is this footage from?
I don't think it was Minty Run downtown Kenosha.
why is this footage even in here other than to, like, again, I don't think that Devin had anything to do with this particular clip, but his editor is entering into the idea that subtly that people who believe that Kyle Rittenhouse is justified are either pro-police or are police or somehow involved. It's a weird thing to do because when all of the other footage is from Kenosha, this doesn't seem to be. So I don't know why that's there.
Have you ever taken a person named Devin seriously?
No. Never in my life.
Guys, how we doing? I'm sorry. I was reading news. Okay, time out. Time out. This whole fucking bridge thing, you guys hear about this? People are saying it's a conspiracy. I'm not with it, man. I'm not with it. What the fuck is the reason to collapse the bridge? What's the reason for it? Every fucking event, people are saying it's a conspiracy. I'm so sick of it, dude. I'm so sick of it. What the fuck is the reason to collapse the bridge? How do you know the bridge is even gonna collapse when the bridge bumps it? Make it make sense. I don't want to play with him. Alright, we're going to do a couple solos. And then I'm going to call it. A join request? I was in line. To join another party? I don't want to leave this party. I'm gonna play some Madden after this. Gonna run this and then a solo. And then play some Madden. Oh, like a voice chat party? Easy peasy. You guys still in it? Cats. Yeah, I completely whiffed on that one. You would make this job better? Fucking blast balls. And a spinny wheel. And fruit. Hey, thank you. Depth perception for the win. This is not the final one, is it? Oh, fuck. Oh, my goodness. No! I fall down and go boom. Come on, other purpose. An Urbane. Avenge me. I'm rooting for other people. Urbane's running and it's making me angry. All right, one round of solos. Did anybody win that one? I zoned out. I don't think anybody won. One round of solos, and then I'm heading out. Maybe try to get on Amazon. Did it work?
No, it's all messed up.
I'm on your Amazon.
Trying.
I'm on your Amazon.
You are?
Yeah.
Can I have your phone?
You may. There were some emails about a return request or something, refund, but a bathing suit.
Yeah, because the bathing suit didn't deliver. I got remember the one I had the orange? I ordered another one and then it never.
Okay. Love you.
No, you what?
Just chilling, playing video games. Don't get on camera, don't come too close to me. You're not dressed.
No, I'm still in my bathing suit, but hang on, I want to do this real quick. I'll give you your phone. Just give me a second.
Can you give me a soda? Actually, can you get? Are there any more than fucking Apple Boys? You drink them all?
No, there's one. Would you like it?
Yeah, I would like it actually.
Well, and you're right on the veggie grill. It doesn't look like there's.
What was that, Rocco?
I just looked up veggie grill. It doesn't look like they've got anything in Wisconsin at all.
Look, Wisconsin has never heard of a vegetarian restaurant in their life.
How did I didn't forget about you.
Exactly.
Hang on, honey.
You said you were leaving.
I gotta do this.
Sorry, Angel, you were trying to join my party?
The thing is, if reasonable people really could conclude this.
I'm zoned out. I was doing this one then leaving. But I'll do one squads with you for you.
Now that makes sense.
No, what is it?
It doesn't mean.
Oh my god, please!
What is it?
Come here!
An acquittal in a normal case can't prove that they did it, but an acquittal in a self-defense case, we have to acknowledge is a step up. That's
There's no question he did it, right there. No question in the law.
right, and this is again, you can never get to certainty in a jury verdict ever, but the idea that okay, we put forward the idea that he defended himself. We admit to all of the underlying facts of the crime.
Wow, I can't believe I survived that.
The gun either recklessly or intentionally, depending on the criminal act, pulls the trigger. And
sorry, Angel.
Someone.
I was confused what you were talking about. I thought you were trying to get me to join your party.
His justification for doing it is
you said you were leaving.
The jury, we will never know. I mean, I guess the jury could have come to the conclusion irrationally that he didn't pull the trigger, that he wasn't the guy who killed Huber or something like that. But we have to assume that they did come to the conclusion that he did do the act, and therefore that he was justified in doing the act, or rather the state failed to show any reasonable doubt as to the justification. But if the state can't show or can't get beyond reasonable doubt as to the justification, as the burden is shifted, we have to realize that that's a higher acquittal than just merely failing to reach beyond a reasonable doubt on the underlying murder. Sorry, go ahead, Martin.
Here's the other reality. Beyond a reasonable doubt sounds nice. There's not a single jury that acquits you that thinks you did it. Even if they think you did it by 51% of 49%. You know, it's nice language. It gives an excuse to feel good about your verdict. But I've never known a jury, and done in the hundreds of mock juries, if they think 51% chance you're guilty of murder, you're convicted. When they say not guilty, they mean you didn't do it or you were legally justified in what you did. That's
Look,
it.
and A great example of this is Derek Chauvin, right? Because if you go beyond a reasonable doubt standard, and I personally think Derek Chauvin is guilty to put everybody out there. Look, I don't think a police officer should be kneeling on anybody for 9 minutes. That's just my personal belief. You don't have to agree with it, that's fine. But I thought that guy was going to be guilty forever. But here's the thing. If you go beyond a reasonable doubt, there's no way that Chauvin should have been convicted under that standard, because you have too many questions about the fentanyl, the system of George Floyd, his excited response sort of thing that can lead to cardiac arrest and stuff like that. All of that is reasonable doubt. It was raised at trial. It was competently raised at trial. And under a beyond a reasonable doubt standard, I don't think Chauvin actually gets convicted. But the reality is, I think it's exactly as you said. Juries function on a preponderance of evidence standard, despite the fact that they're told to be beyond a reasonable doubt.
There was no basis for second-degree murder on Chauvin. There was no, they never went anyone.
I think there definitely. But can we note how much in style, even hair, Littlefinger and Legal Eagle look alike and dress alike and stuff?
You know what I almost did for this video? I almost swooped my hair up and put on a suit. I almost did it, and I was like, not tonight, maybe tomorrow.
Someone should take, some of the meat makers out there should take Legal Eagle's head and stick it on Finger when he's Littlefinger, when he's got the gun in the finger.
All right, here we go.
We're all in.
That what Kyle Rittenhouse did was right, and the pathology of Kyle Rittenhouse's hagiography is another issue entirely. And it certainly doesn't mean
just pathology and hagiography. Yeah, he said that.
He said it's the pathology and hagiography.
Damn, I hate this way.
Yeah, he's got an issue.
Oh, baby, I hate going this way.
And I think that comes up more in his tweet than it does in his speech. But that's what he meant by that phrase, is that there's a portion of society that views what Kyle did as heroism, and he's got a real issue with that.
Because look, Kyle Hero, Legal Eagle, no. Kyle Hero.
No, Barnes! How did you do this?
Oh,
Kyle Hero, Legal Eagle, 0. You gotta have to run. Look, rhymes make it true. I learned that from African American culture. And I am a
From Hocus Pocus on Purpose.
no. Look, Vader.
You fucking shithead.
The N-word pass definitely is privy to African American culture. Otherwise, he would have never been able to say the N-word on the stand. Come on. No.
Bastard.
No, look.
What the fuck?
No, that's an interesting thing, because originally I was like, I don't know if we should celebrate this guy as a hero or not. But the more I think about it, everything Kyle did, the worst you can say about him is he was maybe naive. In all honesty, he's maybe naive, but he's out there, he's trying to help people. Not only did he testify to the fact that he's offering medical to whomever, but we actually have evidence that he provided first aid to someone who was a protester who was out there on the quote-unquote other side that night, that he did provide first aid to for the cut of the hand. When situations come up that could be affrontive, he diffuses them and leaves the situation. It doesn't look like in any way this kid is trying for confrontation. He does appear to be trying to help his community. And so then the actions that he does subsequently, I've come around on this and think that it was actually heroic. I do.
Oh, absolutely, and I think all of it was. Are we supposed to let our communities just get burned all summer? Let people their lives, their whole livelihood?
I can't. It's not letting me. I'll do it tomorrow. Here.
Let's sit on the keyboard.
I'm aggravated. Sorry. Sorry about that, babe.
No, what'd you do to my video? I fucking died.
No, they
so here comes the six.
No, they may not know about it, but there are people.
Did you hear about this whole Haiti thing? What's going on in Haiti?
No, I have no idea what's going on.
So, you gotta look into it. I can't explain it. Basically, like, everyone in jail in Haiti, in prison, is out. And they're coming to Florida. Some people. A lot of criminals will be coming to Florida. I got eliminated.
Every year, the NFL Scouting Combine gives prospects
I'm gonna play some Madden.
to showcase their athleticism. One of this year's standouts.
Alright, hey, can you give me some donuts? I want to knock myself out. We got a big day tomorrow.
Yeah, we do.
Bring me some donuts for
Find out
noon.
in this 2-minute drill.
Milligram, Melly, fucking.
Lucy?
Yeah. I'm gonna play some Madden and drink a couple beers. I'm gonna have. You got a couple left for me I can have?
Highly athletic brother in the NFL and experiences.
Well, there's that, and then there's
No
T,
surprise,
half and
Max
half
Melton's
T's.
speed and
Help
explosiveness
yourself.
stand out on
Okay.
When dropping back, it's easy for him to
Angel,
break
are
the
you
ball
still
to back
here?
passes or give himself the opportunity for an interception. Melton is sticky and hard to ever truly shake in man coverage with the length to get hands up.
Angel, I don't see you no more. I think you said goodnight. I did say that was my last round, but I will do one more. You can do 1 through 10 on here? How many people can you invite to a party now?
Layla, come.
Let's do one more solos. One more solos, and then I'm done.
Layla, come.
Been a pleasure playing with you, homie. Urbane and Other Purpose, thanks for joining.
Really? You're not? Okay, that's fine.
I'll do one more. Are you waving goodbye? Are you guys leaving? What are you guys doing? It's hot, yo. I'm ready. Take it. That's funny.
Hey, are you in the house? You gotta shut this. I can't. I don't have no room.
Okay, no worries.
Oh yeah, you're in the fucking basket. I forgot. Yeah, please shut this.
There right now? Okay, got
Yeah.
it. Alright. Did he leave? Is it just us? One duos?
Thank you.
Crushing them Fall Guys. I've been winner all night. Spiders are setting webs on our screen that's broken. Does he know about that?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it should. If a piece falls over the pool, how are they going to fix that? That's going to be a pain in the ass to fix, isn't it? Because here they can just put a ladder up or not even use a ladder.
I don't know. It's not my problem.
Not my prob, not my job. I'm going to the warehouse, the polish right now. You love me for that.
Yes.
All right, one solo. Let's go. I got one more solo in me. Make sure you remember my nanites.
Oh yeah.
Showcase their athleticism. One of this year's standouts is Rutgers quarterback Max Melton. But just how does his athletic testing translate to the NFL? Find out in this 2-minute drill.
Where the fuck you think you're going? You think you're gonna survive? No, you're not.
A highly athletic brother in the NFL and experience as a dynamic high school wide receiver himself, it's no surprise that Max Melton's speed and explosiveness stand out on tape. When dropping back, it's easy for him to break on the ball to bat passes or give himself the opportunity for an interception. Melton is sticky and hard to ever truly shake in man coverage with the length to get hands-on with receivers at the line and in hand-fighting situations along the boundary. His balance is good, and it's also quite difficult for him to be moved for long, letting him succeed in bump-and-run situations as well. Melton is, however, still at his best in zone coverage when he can survey the field with a wide receiver's eyes and anticipate his opponent's routes to the best of his ability. In run defense, he doesn't shy away from contact and is good at clearing blocks and keeping his leg strength to prevent him being washed out of flight. Despite Melton's great athletic traits and his aptitude for making splash plays, he currently has some considerable issues with his technique. First and most major among them is his reliance on playing the man over playing the ball. Melton allowed a number of completions simply by failing to get his head around to locate where the ball was flying through the air. Press coverage is jammed into the lane rather softly without acting as much of a deterrent to the receiver. He has the speed to recover afterwards. There are still some openings for the ball to be placed over the top. In the run game, Melton is playing for the most part.
Rhinos ain't shit. Come here, let me get a rhino.
There were some really poor angles when he was coming downhill. By comparison for Melton is former Packers quarterback Sam Shields. More of an NFL comp than a college comp. Shields converted to corner in his senior season and had some work to do on the job when he made it to the NFL. However, the athletic traits are very similar.
Hey, his heavenly birthday?
Yesterday.
Where he went to heaven?
No.
That's in August, I thought, right?
Yeah, that was his birthday.
You said heavenly birthday. Happy birthday.
Yeah, because it was his first heavenly birthday.
Not his first.
Well, whatever I said. No.
Because it was March 26th, his birthday?
Yeah.
That's the day of the Red Wings fight.
Oh, really? No, that's his birthday, so. Did you fucking do some bullshit?
Welcome back, Woodward Sports on a Tuesday in the city of Detroit. Ryan Amani, Braylon Edwards, Tom Masway. It is a pleasure to be joined by the Hall of Famer, one of the great Lions of all time.
It's hot. I'm sweating my dick off.
The great Calvin Johnson. Calvin, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing good, guys. How you doing? Thanks for having me.
Hey, what's going on, my guy? See you how you doing, man?
Doing good, Brandon. Good to see you.
Can't wait to see you down here.
Brandon said he won your outing last year.
I said we.
Oh, we. Oh, you won. Oh, okay.
No iron team.
Calvin, let me hit you with this. We've been talking about just, how over the years, cannabis, CBD, how you thought about it 20 years ago, 10 years ago, and how you think about it now is completely different. And we have to congratulate you, Primitive Performance, the official performance partner of Ford Field. I mean, that is such a remarkable thing from where you started in this business to where it is now. It's completely different. And we have to congratulate you, Primitive Performance, the official performance partner of Ford Field. I mean, that is such a remarkable thing from where you started in this business to where it is now. Can you just speak to your excitement, how all that came to be?
Yeah, man, I'll just go back to what you were talking about 20 years ago, 10 years ago. 20 years ago was really like my first experience with cannabis. 10 years ago was really when I was able to, the wolves came pulled from over my eyes, and I was able to see, the benefits behind cannabis, the power behind the plant. Versus
Baby!
What?
You'd love this story right now Calvin Johnson's doing.
Yeah.
So you know Calvin Johnson has the dispensary in Detroit? Well, the dispensary, his business is the official performance sponsor of Ford Field. And I want you to hear what he's saying right here.
I just made my food and...
Basically, he's saying, like, when my eyes are opened up to it, the power of the plant. And
exactly.
the healing properties and stuff.
Right?
Yeah.
It's totally me. I love that. Thank you, baby.
Yeah. I'm going to write Calvin a letter about you.
Okay. Room with a come. Are you really? Okay, that's fine. Big, you're in charge of her.
No, she wants you take her, dude.
Charlie, where the fuck do you think you're going again? Go, get in the room. Oh, I'm rushing. No. Little come.
I was first. No shit. I don't think anybody got through.
Love you, baby.
20 years ago, it was really like my first experience with cameras. 10 years ago, it was really when I was able to, you know.
I'll share the video to you. Check it out.
Open my eyes and I was able to see the benefits behind cameras, the power that's behind the fact. You know, versus the stigma that's out there. Here we are today, you know.
Did I grab it before?
This industry. The goal was to create innovative products. So we were doing that. We were still on our way to create.
Is this it, or did I already grab it?
I think I grabbed it.
So what is this going to look like, Calvin? The partnership with Ford Field, and we have to mention Rob Sibley as well, your partner. Just to remember. What is this partnership with you and Ford Field going to look like? And we've said his name in the past is kind of bringing you into the fold, but how important was Lion COO
Here we go.
Disner involved in this as well?
Oh yeah, 100%. You know, Mike has been coming back to the fold in the course of last year. He was very real in the process, but it wasn't just that buy-in to the whole organization as well. So we're out here to see the hard work that he's putting in, the concept that he created. You know, I think we step out and create a partnership, you know, with us. And you know, I'm just, you know, in this position. You know, I just want to, you know, we're grateful to be in this position. You know, we know it's a privilege to obviously be in the industry that we're in, so and in turn being in this position. You know, that. So
Oh my goodness.
It's exciting, you know, to be able to, you know, accomplish some of the things that we set out in our vision and mission a while ago to do. And it's just some of those things come to fruition, and the rest of it that, you know, we still have it in front of us.
Kevin, we use this thing real quick. Talk about how you right on everything right here. This is another reason why this partnership came to be. But talk about what it means to be in one situation with Detroit Lions and one year. And then Detroit Lions, when you come to this agreement, now you're creating something. I'm gonna be honest, as a former player just like yourself, I never saw something like this, you know, when I first started in 2005, you first started in 2007. Now here we are at the crux of it, and the Detroit Lions and Calvin Johnson are working together in the cannabis space. Just talk about what that means to you, like personally, not necessarily business-wise.
Good, Ron.
Yeah, personally, it just shows
I'm signing off.
the long way, you know, and how things
God bless us, everyone. Thank you for being here.
You know, over time, you know, the relationship wasn't always the greatest, but
God bless us, everyone.
There's mutual respect, you know, for one another, and I think just through conversation, and like I say, time will heal a lot of those wounds, you know, and it's just really